Hey all, and welcome back for another HellfireComms Patreon Quick Look. This is actually the last one we have to record for May, but I don't think it'll be the last one going up, but that's just a little end Tom tidbit for y'all. This is Prototype 2 for the PlayStation 3, commissioned by Cruel12, and I'm joined by Volkamar, who has no number on his name, so he kind of bucks the trend. Disgusting!
Well, I'm sorry, but I didn't have to type in a random number just to get my account recognized.
Ooh, the shade, the shade. No, I never actually played the first game, but I've always known Prototype as, like, I don't know, the spiritual brother or whatever to Infamous. At least those two series kind of coexisted in my mind, and I'd always, like, go back and forth on which one is which back in the day.
Well, it falls under the same category as the open-world sandbox adventure game. And Prototype kind of paved the way, and then Infamous kind of stepped in to add the superhero vibe to it, and the whole choice between being either the hero or the villain, depending on your choices within the game. Whereas with Prototype, you're pretty much penciled in as the anti-hero through and through.
Well, the only thing I know about Infamous anyway is there's good Cole and there's evil Cole in All-Stars Battle Royale, but this is more of... I want to liken it to a sort of symbiote type of gameplay, where there's like this black ooze and whatnot, and you can do cool shit with it.
The black ooze in question, if I remember correctly, is called the Blacklight virus, where it infects the cells in your body, and you can like turn it into blades, and you can like transform your arms and legs or whatever to give you essentially superhuman powers, and in some cases even the ability to completely change your appearance.
Ooh, very nice. Now, I know the first game starred Alex Mercer. Am I to believe that Prototype 2 has a different protag?
Yes, the protagonist in Prototype 2 is one James Heller.
Okay.
And Mercer does make an appearance in Prototype 2, and I believe the game revolves around the two of them kind of coming to blows with each other every now and again. I'm not sure what exactly the plot is. Hopefully some of it will be explained during the course of this here quick look.
Yeah, well, either it does or it doesn't. I'm just here for the sick, like, open world gameplay. I'm in the mood for a bit of, like, Hulk Ultimate Destruction or Spider-Man 2 action here.
Well, one thing I can tell you right off the bat is that the game takes place 3 years after the first game, which is actually significant because the gap between Prototype 1 and Prototype 2 is actually that exact same amount of time. Prototype 1 was released in 2009, whereas Prototype 2 was released in 2012.
You can tell someone's got a wiki page up.
Yeah, that one I did actually look through the wiki page real quick. I actually have both of them up, so I can kind of like go between the two and give you all those sweet deets.
I gotta say, I'm not sure how to feel about live-action openings in lieu of just CGI and whatnot, but it's effective so far. It's definitely selling the end of the world and whatnot.
It's very Konami, is all I have to say. So apparently the story with Heller is that he is a US Marine, and after returning from touring in Iraq, discovers his wife and daughter to be declared dead, which is what I'm assuming we're looking at here, causing him to rejoin the military in the fight for NYZ against the Blacklight virus. Heller is briefed on the previous outbreaks in Idaho in the 60s, and in NYZ, in the events of the first game, he later finds that Alex Mercer has now lost faith in humanity and begins chasing him.
I guess we have a cause, then. Alright, it's actually called the Mercer virus. That's pretty heavy, actually.
I guess because he was, like, one of the first... I'm not sure if he was actually one of the first, or if he was, like, one of the first, like, big known ones, and they just decided, you know what? We're just gonna name it after you, because why the hell not?
Yeah, and now this guy is like it's had a homicidal fixation on Alex, so yeah, this is actually really cool. Like, there's been sequels before, where, like, the protagonist of the first game is, like, the antagonist of the second, but, this is, like, giving the protagonist of this game, like, real cause to dislike Alex, and I like that.
It does set the tone very, very effectively.
Right, let's get Venom Goose going. I'm ready to cut some shit up.
Well, we've still got a few more cutscenes to go, but looks like he's raring to go, brandishing his knife. He's like, yeah, look at this knife.
this knife will be my arm soon.
It's like, oh, I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be so shui.
Yeah, I heard that, man.
He heard that, Volk. Are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready. Actually, I have to admit that Prototype 1... I actually really enjoyed. I wasn't so much enamored by the plot of it. The plot seemed fairly non-consequential after a while, I thought. But the actual gameplay itself was just so much fun at the time. Like, being able to just run up buildings, take down helicopters, jump from great heights, fly around, slice things up. It was a brilliant combination of just fun gameplay mechanics and feeling good whilst doing it. And this game pretty much replicated more of the same, although I think where it fell off from what I remember, or at least that's what caused me not to kind of pick up Prototype 2 itself, was it was kind of offering the same, but it wasn't really offering much more past that. Which is all well and good if you just wanted more of the same with like a little bit more backstory thrown in there, but I don't know, part of me was kind of hoping that maybe they'd evolve the formula a little bit more than they did, although, that being said, this was quite some time ago, and obviously the game's been out and well established by then, so maybe some of those opinions don't necessarily hold water anymore.
Oh, look at that, the guy you have a homicidal fixation on just drops right in front of you. You watch, this whole plot is gonna like kickstart by Alex just like sneezing in Hella's mouth.
I don't know, part of me is hoping he'd just like do like a crazy arm injection or something like that.
Do not pursue. Don't you do it.
Red Cron, be advised.
I'm not in fucking Blackwatch.
Throwing some shade there from, pretty sure Blackwatch has something to do with Overwatch, doesn't it?
I don't know. I don't do PC stuff. What are you, Harry? Oh, dude, I'm like part alien now, whatever. Throat slitting just ain't gonna cut it.
Alex Mercer, Edgelord Supreme.
God, he worships shadows, so he does.
He like has a shrine dedicated to him somewhere in his like wardrobe or something.
So how exactly is he gonna get infected, is Hella? Because unless there's like spores in the air, or Alex does something to him specifically, like I don't actually know how the game kicks off.
Well, I don't think we'll be left too long to find out. He's got a few stabs in there, but ultimately he is still getting his ass kicked.
Really? Yeah, come on, give me...
It all starts with this. A jewel containing the ultimate power.
Oh, the L trigger using the ultimate power. I'm moving. I'm coming towards you with my little piddly knife.
This just does seem like the most one-sided fight you can possibly imagine.
Seriously. Oh god. Infected Pidgeys, the worst.
Well, at least they made it more interesting. Poison flying type Pidgeys.
What? You think I won't follow you in there?
I'm coming.
It's like, oh, you best believe I'm coming for you.
This is your basic tutorial right now. I couldn't go out of bounds even if I wanted to.
Actually, you know what? The destruction, like, just generally happening around you at the moment is actually reminding me a lot of the beginning of Darksiders.
Little bit, yeah.
Like, it's not, like for like, but you can definitely see the shades of familiarity going on if you happen to have played one or the other beforehand.
Yeah, it's a good job that guy found another snack to snack on. Sorry, person. I shouldn't be disrespectful of the dead. Okay, I'm still moving. I'm still following Alex. I gotta say, this doesn't look too bad graphically.
Oh yeah, I mean, as far as PS3 games is concerned, this is certainly one of the better ones. You can tell this is sort of around that time where the console, or at least the developers for the console, were starting to find their bearings.
Yeah, they were starting to get comfortable with the system architecture.
Yeah, because God knows the PS3 was difficult to develop for the first couple of years.
Yeah. Aknor going down!
Oh my god, how will he possibly defend himself against a chopper?
I did it. The image of an exploit just flashed in my mind. Come on, now I'm going to walk forward towards you some more.
It was an 8 out of 10 execution, but you flubbed the landing.
Oh, Jesus. That is just walking cartilage, I think.
That doesn't look too pleasing.
I'm running. I'm sprinting even. Get up. Come on. This thing is just like pushing its arm towards me.
Well, it's like the only buff arm he's got. The other one's just like this weird piddly thing that looks like it hasn't seen nourishment in weeks.
Insert Crash Bandicoot music here.
Or the gun chase sequence, your pick.
Either one. Oh no, I'm the size of a building, but I can't smash through some debris. Alright, back to the Alex chase, I guess.
I guess it was called Prototype 2 because Hella's really, really bad day doesn't have the same ring to it.
Ah, no! Piddly knife, save me!
You call it piddly, but it's putting in the work.
All that blood went down his throat.
I was kind of hoping he'd just use the knife and just tear his way through the torso and just emerge from it. It's like, "Argh! Who's next?"
It's not Doom, mate, calm down.
Yeah, but can you just imagine if it was?
Yeah. You hear they're making a Rage 2? Like, is anyone actually excited for that?
Rage, what I remember of Rage, it was kind of mired with a lot of, problems with its development, so who knows, maybe this will be a little bit more redeeming, and maybe with things like Mad Max having recently made a successful appearance, maybe they'll be able to take some inspiration from that and be able to come up with something particularly great.
I can't actually feel any of that, Hella, sorry.
It's like, get out of here with that weak shit.
Oh, you are now carrying my child. It is the mystery of the ooze.
You are now my ooze child. Now go forth and suplex grandmas off of giant buildings.
I will, Alex. You can't just leave me here like this. This is bullshit. His life flashed before his eyes. In the army, out of the army. In the army, out of the army.
It's like going to and from like that Status Quo song. You're in the army now, and now you're not. Oh, you're in the army.
Alright, I'll give you this. It's an effective opening, but I'm antsy for the open world stuff, I do have to say.
You want to use those ooze powers right now, because you've after playing Prototype 1, you've kind of just grown accustomed. It's just like, just give me the damn ooze powers.
Where do we get the freaking guns? Oh, Jesus. Why is Comstock, like, performing surgery on me?
I thought it was Dr. Light at first. It's just like, god damn, it's like your new Mega Man project's a lot more visceral than I remember it being.
It's all the old men in video games fused into one, the ultimate professor project.
Experiments, Doctor. And if you don't like the results, Colonel Rooks, then what?
Oh, we'll just throw him in the garbage and start again. There's millions of test subjects, but there's only one Alex.
No, absolutely not. This specimen is prized, Colonel.
Who is voicing the Doctor? His voice sounds incredibly familiar.
You're trying to get a good ear in.
Or you could just look at the wiki, mate.
Alright, let's go into good old IMDb.
Thank you, thank you.
Prototype.
Oh no, he's T-posing. Assert your dominance. Oh, here we go. We're gonna start out with the powers and smash our way out, I guess.
Alright, let's see here. There's a lot of additional voices in this here. Hold on, let's have a look at the full cast.
Dr. K, mate.
Dr. K. Alright, let's take a look-see here.
I will destroy in the meantime, so don't you worry.
That's alright, I'm counting on you.
Yeah. Oh, hold it to kick. Okay, there you go. My powers have been augmented. I can now punch with a shockwave and kick with an even bigger shockwave.
Let's see, I'm not... Oh no, here we go. Dr. Anton Koning. Robert Morse.
The name rings a bell, but I can't place any roles. Darn.
Let me have a look-see. He was in Teen Titans Go as Santa Claus.
Okay.
He was Old Phil in Animals. Not sure what that is. He was the governor in Legend of Korra.
Huh.
Apparently played a guy named Bert from The Man Who Shook the Hand of Vicente Fernandez.
Okay, I think we can stop there.
I'm not seeing anything I'm overly familiar with apart from Legend of Korra, but I would have thought the governor was a fairly minor role in the grand scheme of things.
That's cool, that's cool. I just beat up a bunch of infected, and I think there was one or two, like, workers in there as well.
Yeah, they're not going to be too happy. It's just like, my paycheck doesn't cover this kind of fuckery. Sorry, I'm out.
Oh, they're sending in the big guns, and they're wearing hoods, even though they're already wearing masks, but it's an aesthetic, I suppose.
They just want to look as cool as Alex Mercer did. It's just like, god damn, do you see what that dude looks so cool? It's just like, yeah, we should get hoods as well.
Oh, the red and black aesthetic is, mwah, is beautiful.
There are very few things in life that go together quite as well as red and black.
When the world is black and white, this is a warning of low health. Consume him! Yep, it's Venom, alright. Yeah. Tap, 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 tap. I'm consuming you!
Not the most orthodox method of consumption, but, you know, you just like pile drive a dude into that and they just slowly disintegrate into you.
Okay, so do that and then tap it. Got it, got it. Yeah, you're all mine!
You know, for someone who had pretty much a huge vendetta against Alex Mercer, he's sort of taken to this whole being infected thing rather quickly.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm at full health again. I got froze now, so tap circle twice, baba boom. I consume you like candy, and then it just forces me into a cutscene. That's fun, that's fine. It's not open world yet. I do have to go down an open path for a little bit.
I was just thinking in his head, it's just like, I would very much like my skin back.
That is the silliest jump I've ever seen.
Oh! You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of those really, really weird John Woo games on the PS2. Just like that whole jump where you're sort of going in slow motion with the two guns.
We got a high jump. Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, he's worked out the high jump, it's fine. He hasn't worked out how to go forwards whilst doing it yet. We're fine for a while.
Oh god, he's figured it out!
Oh no!
Thankfully, the power of the cutscene gives him bullet dodging immunity.
And almost real graphics.
It's kind of funny, this would be a low-end PS4 game if this was the real-time graphics. That's how nuts things have gotten.
Like, if there was a Prototype 3, this is probably what it would just look like normally.
What the hell is this?
Oh, are they getting infected now? Are there other soldiers? Oh, Alex, hey.
What did you do to me?
I gave you the Mercer virus. That's what they call it, right?
I didn't get a single fucking royalty off that.
The same
Disgusting.
You're gonna help me get those damn royalty fees, and you're gonna do it one devourer at a time.
viral outbreak. This is a bioweapons test. Designed by Gentech. Controlled by Blackwatch. And blamed on me.
Ah, so that's the recap from the first game, I guess.
James Heller. Meet Blackwatch Lieutenant Mark Simon.
No, I don't want to be consumed.
Let it happen. Let it come to you. Let the truth sink in.
Oh god. The arm is telling him what to think.
Oh yeah, this was one of the crazy things about Prototype. Like, as you consume key people, you gain their memories, and like it all starts piecing together as to like what exactly the virus is, and you know why it came towards you, and all the other things sort of like associated with it. And that's kind of how you start piecing together the story in the original Prototype. And I imagine the second one is kind of more the same, but you get a little bit of a head start thanks to Mercer himself.
What the hell was that?
Every living thing you consume makes you stronger. You take their shapes, and you take their memories.
God, am I an Autobot, Alex? What have you done to me?
I've heard you talking. I've seen your weird virus shit. But I haven't seen nothing that'll make me believe you over them.
Really? Really? He's not the one who put you in the lab.
They put you in a cage with 50 starving infected, and then they tried to burn you alive.
He's got a point.
Dropping the truth bombs.
I didn't release the virus. And I didn't kill your wife and kid.
No, that is a lie. You're a poopy pants liar.
You want to fight them?
I want to destroy them.
Alex is kind of refreshingly to the point.
It's not every day you get like a person that's just literally, look, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. There are these dudes that I just want to kill, and I kind of need your help to do it.
All kinds of infected creatures. You need that DNA.
Alright, go out, get DNA. In any other context, that would be dodgy. Here, I literally need the strands of their life force. Oh yeah, got me some sick clothes.
I actually do like his outfit in this one. I mean, Mercer like kind of introduced that whole thing, but he rocks it and makes it his own. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. It's like Alex goes with the hood. I don't have a hood. That's our dynamic.
Well, I think we better do what the trophy says and give him some more.
Oh yeah, alright. Maybe one or two missions and whatnot, and that should be a quick look, I think. Something coming your way? Press X while running. Okay, is this just a loading screen? Spend evolution points wisely. Yeah, this is loading.
It's always nice when they give give you your tips in the loading screen. At least it gives you something to do, although being a PC gamer primarily in the era of SSDs, rarely do I get the chance to finish reading the message before it loads the game I'm trying to play.
Okay, Mark, okay, just rub it in, why don't you?
Yeah, I spent nearly 2,000 quid on the damn thing. I better have some rights to throw it in every now and again.
Alright, Shantyburg. Location. Hicksville.
And so Hella's bid to become the ultimate NPC begins.
Kind of looks like an older version of, what is that guy's name? Oh, it's gonna haunt me forever. He played Mickey in Doctor Who.
Ooh, I don't actually know that one, to be honest with you. I can't help you there, unfortunately.
Don't worry, it's on the tip of my tongue, but, it's failing me in the midst of a quick look session. Oh well, I'm gonna try and save everyone, even if that means consuming them myself.
Well, killing them yourself is a different type of saving, but it's saving all the same. At least you don't get to be killed by some non-stereotypical bad guy.
Oh, he said the B word. I'm gonna eat him. I'm gonna eat him. Boom!
At least you waited nicely for that punch.
You're mine.
I'm gonna consume you with my foot.
Consuming people allows you to assume their form. Press X to continue.
Are you not entertained?
Your other form is stormed in the shapeshifter slot. Press X to continue. Alright, I guess I'll just consume everyone. Consume, consume, consume.
And this is kind of where the balmy hilarity of the game starts coming in, when you realise you can just take on their form and just fly around like a freaking Mary Poppins trapped in a hurricane, to quote a certain Jontron.
Wee! Oh.
But it's more the point that you can literally consume every NPC imaginable, which is why I say the quest to become the ultimate NPC, because you just consume everybody, and you all become every NPC ever.
This is actually pretty fun. Like, it feels good moving about here, I think.
Well, this is the thing. There's so many different ways you can just move around, escape, etc. It just makes it so enjoyable just roaming around. And I think this kind of gameplay was what actually cemented me to try a different game. Other than Prototype 2, I did actually find a game that was very similar to Prototype in terms of its gameplay, but offered something different. And Tom, you may well know this game because I believe you played it for a while, but it was actually DC Universe Online.
Ah, yes.
A lot of the actual moving mechanics are very, very similar here, like for the whole running up the buildings if you picked up like speed as your main mobility, and obviously just being able to fly around and what have you. It's very similar to Prototype in that regard.
I love how there's no fall damage in the game, by the way, and also nobody questions the regular, like, suited soldier just coming in and dropping with no consequences. Wee.
It was like one of the main points that Yahtzee did in his zero punctuation review of Prototype, and how, like, one of the goofiest things you could do in the game is literally devour some grandma, assume her form, run up the side of the building and suplex some dude right next to his grieving husband.
Noel Clark, I think that's his name. He was Mickey in Doctor Who, he directed and starred in Kidulthood and its sequel Adulthood, stuff like that.
Ah! I get it now, but I still don't recognize it as such, but it does sound familiar.
No worries, mate, no worries.
A lot of things. Most of it bad. The infection. It just swept everyone away.
Not me, though, because I am in a church, and it can't pass the church.
It's just like, oh, it cannot harm me. Through faith, I have plot armor.
Oh, Jesus is already inside me. Save me, Jesus. No, I have cool powers as well.
Rounded up the healthy, put them in camps.
Well, we got the camp angle, but...
Put them in cages with the monsters. Some old friends and I, we tried to get them out, but they caught us and you do not fuck with Blackwatch.
He had to check with Jesus whether it was okay to say that first.
I was just about to say that. It's just like, give me a sign. Am I allowed to say it just this one time? He's like, yeah, well, you know, shit's kind of fucked right now, so we'll give you a pass on this one. Don't worry about it, mate.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Right, where do you want me to go? Gotta find some commanders, I guess? Whee!
Gotta siphon that juicy of... I still can't believe how ridiculous that looks. It's just like, hey, look at me, I'm Bubsy!
Don't you dare compare Bubsy to this.
Both the flying methods are exactly the same. You can hate Bubsy as much as you want, but the similarity cannot be denied.
Fine.
Things now?
Yeah. Oh, I like that. You can glide and then go into a run.
I like how now it's not the case of how he runs up the building, he's just so fast he can do it. Like how he's literally digging like his feet into the side of the building as he's going up. It's very, very nice.
Alright, so I gotta get one of those fellas. I will consume you. I will take your essence. Get in, get her.
Is there any particular reason why they're like previewing his inside specifically to you?
Huh, I don't know. I'm hunting. I'm on the hunt.
Predator vision, activate!
Alright, he's right there. So do you think I should just like get him and then like get out as fast as possible?
I don't know, it depends. Do you want to instill fear into him before you sup all his vital juices?
Huh, when you put it that way.
I mean, the combat's half the fun, so you want to make the most of it, really. You know, you're right next to the Gentech building as well, so you'd be leaving a message as well, if anything.
I'll just consume all of them. You are mine! Think nothing of this guy being stomped into the dirt and someone taking him.
Alright, so let's see what delicious secrets he's hiding.
What's on your mind, Riley?
It's Dr. Koenig. All that sympathy he showed Heller, it was unprofessional.
Yeah, I should have just kicked him in the gonads while he was on the trolley.
Not the topic we discuss in front of the men.
Shit. William! The fuck are you doing in the command center? Get back to your post!
Riley had a hard life.
And this is the importance of the Union, because then you can talk to them about this sort of thing and not have to worry about being shut down.
This is so silly. I actually really dig it.
And I'm out this bitch. That's like one of the main draws of Prototype. It puts on this dark and serious facade, but the reality is it's really kind of silly.
James, did you find those commanders?
Like, it has that right blend of gritty exterior, but the actual interior is like, yeah, you just sort of fly around somehow by shooting blood out of your hands and feet, and you like consume grandmas or something.
Why is it always the grandmas?
Because that's like the main point, isn't it? It's just like, yeah, you got all these soldiers, but you can like find old Gladys here just finishing up her afternoon shop and just eat her, and like nobody will really care. It's just like, oh, looks like she got consumed. Well, how many is that now? 5?
Hello. Yeah. I see you. I'm here. It's cool, you didn't see anything. I gotta say, I actually kind of like the design of the city. Is it a completely different one to the first game?
I believe it's the same one, just a little bit more run down as a result of all the crazy shite that's going on. If I remember correctly with Prototype 1, as you progress through the game, the actual city got more infected, and like the entire topography of it just changed dramatically, because like almost all the buildings are like destroyed or filled with the virus or what have you. I'm guessing here a lot of that's already been taken care of, but I guess a lot of the buildings still kind of need to be reconstructed or what have you.
I'm reminded of Saints Row 4 a little bit, but I think this handles it better.
I don't know, actually. I mean, I played a little bit of Saints Row 3, and that was pretty damn satisfying too. I'd say maybe they're on par, but that's just me. Then again, I never really got around to playing Saints Row 4, so it could be different there.
Okay, so it's coming from over there, I think?
Why this works. But shit, it works.
Yes, it does. Alright, we're going. Just ignore me. You saw nothing.
Although what he just said kind of feels the whole magical girl thing. It's just, I don't know why it works, but it works.
Right, sprint, jump, and then do that. Yeah. I'm liking this a lot. It shouldn't control as well as it seems to, but, yum. Why even bother fighting when I can just consume them all?
Well, I think that's kind of the point. Like, the consumption part is meant to be the main mechanic, but I find you have more fun if you're just sort of, like, using all of your combat tools at your disposal. Like, just what you're doing now. Pick up a car, throw it. It's fine, it ain't no thing.
I have a family! They're mine now. Alright, consume the target. I guess it's just keep going. Or is it back here? Go to the center of the pulse to find the glowing target.
Oh, I think that's him there.
Ah, he sees you. Heyo! Why's he got to beat his face in before he can take his powers?
I mean, it's an entire human being. You're not going to eat all that in one go. You mean you have to like break it down a bit beforehand before you consume it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hell, LT, I know better than that myself. My old squad leader got drunk one night, picked a fight with the colonel. He's still in the hospital, last I heard. Eating through his
Aww.
in his mouth like you are. Show some fucking respect.
Well, that's the army for you, I suppose.
The hell's going to have a hell of a lot of bar stories to tell after this. It's just like, that didn't happen to you. It's like, I know.
Had me killed back in the lab. Well,
Is that why they call him Hella? Because he's got a hell of a lot of stories to tell? Come on, I haven't plugged in a while.
I know you haven't, but that still deserves a deep sigh. I mean, I still have to give credit where it's due. It was alright.
Okay.
But still, I gotta give that reaction off, really.
Slowly firing missiles. Jump away! That debris should have stopped me, and I think it did.
John Woo!
Exit the alert. I'm doing it. I thought I was going to fall into the water there. It's like, oh no, Mr. Aziz is going to be mad at me.
Oh no, H2O, my only weakness!
Jumping, jumping. Maybe I should get to like higher ground or go through the alleyways and whatnot.
Usually from my experience, taking the high ground is generally better.
Well, let's see. We.
I mean, the only thing you have to deal with up the top is the helicopters, and you're going to have to deal with them whether you're above ground or below it, so you can just get some distance, fly down towards ground, find a couple of alleyways to hide in, and you're good.
Here's one. I'll just hide here.
Shame you can't disguise yourself as inanimate objects. You just like devour a garbage can and you just hide yourself in there.
You can't see me. Oh. Gotta find a better hiding spot, Volk. This one wasn't cutting it.
That's right. I think what you have to do is you have to, 1, find a decent hiding spot, 2, put on a disguise, and then that should throw them off your trail.
I'm just an idiot who's not paying attention to the prompts on screen.
That's fine. It takes a while to get used to like the mechanics of escaping, because these guys are pretty persistent by video game standards. A lot of the time they'll sort of like go a few yards and go, oh, no, I guess he got away from him. It's just like, dude, he's right there. It's like, you know the rule, man. Once he gets past 20 feet, we have to leave him alone.
Mine. Now I am every man.
I am thou, and thou art I.
Okay, where to go now? There's a G on the map, so I'll just run up here in sight of the fuzz, and everything will be cushy.
You just imagine just the reactions of the general public. It's just like, dude, that guy's jumping up buildings. Like, damn, he's like an Olympian or something.
We don't even have him on the cards as one of ours right now. How is this possible? He must be new. He's some kind of ex-guy.
And he just got the bodybuilders like, damn, I want whatever protein shake he's drinking.
Bless. Well, let's investigate this G before we cut things off here.
Hopefully we won't suffer like G did.
Ah. It's a reference I got, but it's not really one I think a lot of our audience will get.
I think more than a few people have played through House of the Dead. I mean, it's an arcade staple.
Keep running. Yeah.
So apparently this game was very well received, but unfortunately it didn't quite sell enough copies, and it actually resulted in downsizing the developer as a result.
Oh, that sucks.
Let me just see if I can get something to do with the sales. Although Prototype 2 was the top seller for April 2012, beating Kinect Star Wars, like that's a high bar, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, okay, that's slightly more impressive. Its sales were considerably down from the sales of the games released in April 2011. Prototype 2 would continue its strong sales into the month of May, garnering more sales than the highly anticipated Dragon's Dogma, another very good game, one you should probably get around to if you get the chance, but failing to beat Max Payne 3 and fellow Activision Blizzard game Diablo 3. Interesting.
Yeah.
On June 28th, 2012, Activision announced that despite the substantial investment, the game did not find a broad commercial audience. And as a result, the developer Radical would encounter layoffs and the studio would be reduced to a supporting role toward other Activision projects.
Oh, that's like the worst fate.
Yeah, that's like kind of almost EA levels of like, yeah, you didn't do good enough, so we're just gonna sort of consume you and you'll probably work on our next crappy mobile game or something. It's kind of a shame when games do well commercially, but it just doesn't match like the high expectations the publishers have. Because it didn't seem like it did badly commercially, it just didn't do as well as they were expecting it would. Comparatively, what did Prototype 1 do? Let's have a look here. Anything to do with sales here?
It'll be under reception, mate.
Yeah, I'm just having a look in there now. Game received generally favorable reviews across all platforms. Top-selling game of June 2009 in North America with over 419,000 units sold. Game made a platinum hit. As of March 2012, the game had sold 2.1 million copies worldwide. Okay, so it sounds like Prototype 1 did pretty decent too.
Ah, you missed.
Oh, now we actually get into some proper combat, because as far as I'm aware, either you can't consume these guys, or you have to significantly weaken them first.
I wonder when I actually get my blade and whatnot, because that's a big part of like the infamous. Sorry, I did it again. You see, I told you it would happen. This is the big part of like the Prototype gameplay, isn't it?
Yeah, but you had to get it through evolution points, if I remember correctly, and you earn those as you do missions, side quests, and what have you. And I think eventually you do get those crazy blade powers and whatnot, but it's a case of you have to progress through the game a little beforehand.
Oh, right here. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yes, now I remember. Those particular dudes usually have like a specific power-up, and then when you consume them, you get this cool little cutscene, and then everything goes hunky-dory, and you get new toys to play with.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
But those are claws, dude.
Everyone dies. Oh, hello. Another brawler.
So suddenly the consumption tactic goes out the window and just you start slicing everybody that moves.
I love the dodge animation, I gotta say.
It is very flashy.
Yeah. I got it. And a matching pair. Sweet as.
Yoink!
Perform a claw bounce attack. Completing bonus objectives earns EP.
I'm assuming that stands for evolution points.
Oh, hold it, okay.
Do the Wolverine! Okay, now Hell is starting to feel himself a little bit.
Alright, let's get this shit done. Yeah!
I love the reactions that you kind of hear in the background over the radio. It's like, dude, he's got fucking claws, that's so rad, and he just gets cut down.
Oh shit. Nicely done. Yeah, maybe I should take this more seriously than not at all. Ow.
Kind of getting wrecked a bit here.
Need some help. It's cool, I can get health back just by eating the dudes.
Yeah, they don't get a lot back, so you can't really rely on it too much. But it's an option that's there, and that's the important thing.
Ouch. Yeah. Oh. I know a fucking laser-sighted target when I see one.
Just take the civilians as well, it's no big deal.
I might be sucking shit at this, but I'm cutting them up nice and proper.
Filleted like fish.
Okay, now we have tank. Unfortunately, I am not the Hulk, so this will probably go... Tap circle to pick up a rocket launcher. Where is a rocket launcher?
I'm assuming that yellow dot over there will point you in the right direction.
There we go. Oh my god! There!
It's just like, oh hi, I'm the APC you need to destroy.
Incoming.
Yeah. There you go.
This is Mako 1-3. Tango's got a rocket.
Tango completely fucked my shit up.
I've been tangoed.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yep, same deal as before. Find some cover, disguise yourself as a random dude. Job's a good one.
Don't worry, I'll consume inside the church. They have what, the Eucharist or whatever it's called?
I'm just consuming the body of Christ, it's no big deal.
Body of Christ, blood of Christ, it's all good. I don't think Father is going to be happy with my combat display back there. I kept trying to do the jump attack, but for whatever reason it wasn't coming out. I guess it's just because I suck at video games.
Oh, I'm sure you're doing fine. I mean, you haven't died yet, so that's always a good sign.
That's a good start for a playthrough involving an action game. Sorry, Quick Look, don't want to get ahead of myself.
Father.
James, did you go to the park?
Did you fail to do the launch attack? I did, Father, I'm sorry.
Did you stop?
Ah, you fucking noob. Swear to God.
Well,
Father, you okay?
that's what I get for reading manga, inspiring the masses to go out and slaughter.
I'm just getting in on that good book. My Hero Academia is a wicked shit, yo.
Why does Jesus look like All Might? No reason. It's just an adaptation for the younguns.
There are 10,000 Blackwatch troops in NYZ, and who knows what Gentech is doing in those laboratories.
Of course. He's a man in the van. Or is it man in Havana? I always get those two mixed up.
I'm not entirely familiar with the phrase, to be honest with you.
So you trust him?
I don't know about that.
Hell yeah, secret basement and all, this guy is prepped.
Well, you gotta spread the word of the Lord some way in this godforsaken land.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I love the black and white aesthetic of the cutscenes, by the way, mostly because the red in Heller's uniform pops.
Oh yeah, absolutely, it looks fantastic. Very stylized. And thus a friendship was formed.
Alright guys, I think we're going to leave it there. That was Prototype 2 for the PlayStation 3. What? Oh, okay. I evolved.
Got to level 16 already? Damn.
Yeah, you guys around me just ignore that. Let's see. What have we got here? Health will increase by 25. Mass and finishes are locked for now. Suspicion will subside 50% faster. That would have been nice to have.
Well, there you go. Now you got it, so the whole blending in will be a lot easier.
Indeed, but thank you very much, Cruel, for commissioning this. I don't think it's right for a playthrough right now, but I can definitely see myself returning to Prototype 2, possibly in like 2019, because like I mentioned in a previous Quick Look, I'm experimenting with turning like certain Quick Look games into playthroughs this year, and next year we're going to go the whole hog, where most of, if not all of our playthroughs, even if they're not Quick Looks, will be done live, so the next step in HFC's evolution, I believe. But if you want your own Quick Look, check the site. We've put up a few new Quick Look slots lately, but, well, recently even, but they're going to go fast, so get in there while the getting's good. Check the prices, see what you like. Here's everyone who's currently pledged, and thank you for joining me, Volk. That was more fun than I was anticipating, honestly.
Well, thanks very much for inviting me. It does definitely ignite what I liked about the original, so I might give it a go if I can find it.
Okay, guys, we'll see you next time for another HellfireComms Quick Look. Bye-bye.